and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to show you a super easy holiday makeup look, a more glamorous type of makeup look for the holidays as we know they are approaching. And so without further ado, let's get into the video. So my first step is to prime my eyes with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Eye Primer. This is pretty usual. I have not used any other eye primer lately. And I always bring my eye primer up to my eyebrow, as you can see, because instead of going in and cleaning up my brows later on with concealer, adding the primer, which is more of a white base, already gives it that kind of crisp look. So to start off today's look, I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. This is one of my favorite palettes. As you can see, it's super dirty, and I'm going in with the warm taupe shade. So this palette is honestly one of my favorites to do like everyday type of looks, and it's just always my go-to for my clients. They always want like some type of like natural look, so this is always my go-to. If you don't have this palette, it's definitely a good investment. Another palette that I like that's normally my go-to is the Jaclyn Hill Volume 1 palette. It has a lot of nude shades in it, so it's definitely another go-to. Now I'm just applying this shade in the crease, and I'm going to apply it just on the outer part of my eye to start giving it a shape. And as I have mentioned in a video a while back when I was first starting out, no person ever has the same two eyes, so when I'm doing this step, it's where I'm kind of creating my shadows. So this is where I go and try and even out my eye shapes. So as you can see for this one, in order to kind of have the same look, I have to bring the color a little bit higher just because my eye is going more of a slant downwards on this one. So I have to kind of lift it up to compensate to make it look like the other one. And it's completely normal because, like I said, nobody has the two same eye shapes, so you always have to go and play around. And then you just buff everything out, make it look soft. You don't want to have any harsh lines. Alright, so next I'm going in with a more precision crease brush, and I'm going to go in with the Jaclyn Hill palette. And I'm going to be using the shade called Mocha. So now we're starting to get into the more deeper brown shades. And we're just applying that straight in the crease. And because you want to get this darker brown shade really in the crease, you'll want to go with a smaller blending brush just so you can get the most precision possible. When you're working with darker brown shades, you really want to go slow and build your way up, because if you take like a really big sweep of color and you apply it on there, chances are it might start looking a little bit patchy. So you just want to start going slowly and just building the color up. I'm still doing the same notion where I'm putting it on the outer part of my lid to just help blend the two colors together. So now this is what it looks like with the two colors. I'm gonna go again with the same brush, but I'm going to use the shade called Central Park. So now this is going to be our deepest brown. And for this shade, I really want to focus it on the outer corner and just bring it up into the crease very slightly. But for the most part, the main focus is just going to be in the outer corner. And like I said, with darker shades, just pick up a little bit on your brush, tap off the excess, and just go super, super lightly. Because if I were to just plunk it on, you can see how dark it looks already. And that's just using very little bit of product. So this is what it looks like. So you're going to want to keep this shade not too far from you because we will need it later. So once you do have your good blend of colors, the next step is doing a half cut crease. So as you guys do know, I use my Vaseline to do half cut creases. If you guys are new to my channel and you're not sure why I use Vaseline, I will tag the video and you guys can go watch my tutorial on how to do half cut creases. It's just so satisfying to get this beautiful crisp line when you do it with the Vaseline. So now I'm just going to take my eye primer and I'm just going to touch up these spots that I just took off with a small detailing brush. You can also do this step with concealer if you want. So now you can just leave your eye look at this, add a little bit of eyeliner and some lashes. I can never go one day without having just a matte look. Like I look and I'm like, oh yeah, it looks nice, but it needs glitter. Like I always need to have glitter. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to apply my NYX Glitter Glue Primer. Because for today's glitters, I'm gonna go with a gold one and I'm using the NYX Pigments. So I'm going to apply this on a little tray just because it can get very, very messy. So I'm just going to apply the glitter glue straight with my fingers. And now because I want to respect the nice crisp line that I have, I'm not going to put my pigment on with my fingers because I won't get it as precise. So I'm going to use this kind of flat packer brush that will help me get the most precision. I just pick up these sparkles and I tap it on where I want it to go. These pigments are super beautiful from NYX. I highly recommend them. I love using them on my clients. It makes such a beautiful, more dramatic look. So this is what it looks like, and as you can see, it kind of does like this weird line. So that's why I told you to keep your brown shade close by, because we will go and touch up the color. So this is with my both eyes done. So once again, I'm just gonna go in with that small brush that we had and that same chocolate brown color. And you're just gonna lightly go over your line that you have and just blend the two together so it gives it a more natural feel. So there we have it. At this point, you can do a nice winged liner, but personally, when I do type of eye looks like this, I don't like doing winged liner. I will do a thin line of liner at my lashes just because when I do apply the false lashes, I like it to look a little bit more natural. So having that black line of liner will help blend the band in more. So I will go do my thin line of liner, my lashes, and mascara off camera, and I will be back with you. So now we are going to move on to the skin portion of the look. As per usual, I'm going to prime my skin with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. So because it is Christmas time, I want to be very, very glowy, so I'm going in with my MAC Strobe Cream in the, if I have any left, there we go. I'm going in with the MAC Strobe Cream in the Gold Reflex. So I'm just going to apply that with your typical foundation brush, and I'm going to apply it everywhere on my skin. So now I'm going in with my favorite foundation of all times. It's the Maybelline Superstay. And one of the reasons why I choose this foundation for the holidays is because you're moving around a lot, you're helping people with the dinner, or you're kind of hanging out with your family and it gets really hot. So this foundation stays so well, and it's like tack proof. When you touch it, it doesn't like come off and transfer. I really, really love it for that. So I'm not sure if you guys do notice, but I am staying away from putting the foundation under my under eye. And the reason for it is because that is your thinnest place of skin, and sometimes it tends to be more on the dry side. And the more product that you do apply to your under eyes, it's going to give it more cakey feel to it. So I really try and keep the under eyes just for my concealer. So once that is all blended out, I'm going to go in with my concealer. I'm trying out a concealer that's new to me. I know it's been on the market for a while, but I've never tried it. It's the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Hydrating Concealer, because I am very, very dry, so I do need something that's very hydrating under the eye. And I took that one in a shade brighter than my actual skin tone, just so I can have a nice bright under eye. You can definitely tell that the coverage is not the same at all compared to the foundation. So now I'm just going to set the areas that I need, which basically is around my mouth, the creases in my nose, and my under eye. And for this, I'm using the Laura Mercier powder. So now to kind of keep it a little bit more natural and to shy away from the powders because of having dry skin, I'm going to go in with the Huda Beauty Cream Contour in the shade Fair. So that just helps kind of bring a little bit of life back to the face, and it just keeps it a more natural feel when you do use cream contour. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of blush because it's the holiday seasons. I want to add a little bit of color to my cheeks. So I'm going to go in with this beigeish pink type of shade. And it's the one that I do end up using in most of my videos or my looks. So that just helps get that really pretty pop of color. So now we're going to go on with my absolute favorite highlighter. It's the Fenty Beauty highlighter in the shade Sandcastle. It is just absolutely stunning. And what I love doing is having that MAC strobe cream underneath my foundation and layering this highlight on top. It just helps to give like a super glowy effect. Like it just looks absolutely stunning, and it is my top favorite. I am going to add a little bit underneath my brow bone because I just find that gives a little extra pop and I love it. So now if you want to, because you do have your face done, you can go in and add like a smoky effect under the eyes, but I really like the way it is right now because it makes my eyes look more lifted and bright. And sometimes if I do apply dark color down there, it kind of like drags the look down. So I'm keeping it the way it is. I think it's super beautiful. To finish off this look, you have multiple ways. You can put just a gloss if you feel like this is intense and glamorous enough for you. You can go with your favorite shade of nude lipstick. But just because I said it's going to be like a glamorous look, I'm going to top this with a red lip. So I have already prepped my lips before I even started this makeup look with a chapstick because you want to make sure that your lips are well hydrated. So now I'm going to go in and line my lips with the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade Chi Chi. And because I do have smaller lips, I do overline my lips because when you put a little bit of a darker color, it makes them look even smaller. So I normally go above my Cupid's bow and I drag it down just a little bit. So now for the last step, I'm going in with the Retro Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Feels So Grand from MAC. This was part of their Christmas collection from last year. And it's just this beautiful red color. And I was going to put it on my hand, but I realized it does stain a lot. I never suggest going and applicating your color straight with the doe foot that it comes with because it will get a little bit messy and it's the least precise. So take a lip brush and just take some color from the doe foot applicator, and then you can really go in and get the most precision. So this is the final look I have come up with for you guys for the glamorous holiday type of look. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please give it a huge thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. My goal is to get to 300 subscribers by the end of 2020. We'll see if that happens. Hopefully it does, but if not, it is okay. And the next video that I am posting is going to be a more natural holiday glam type of look. So if that does interest you, that will be uploaded right before Christmas. So thank you guys so much for watching and staying with me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys!